Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, there's a little update coming here on this, what is it? My '01 Ford Escape. Unfortunately, it's been about 2 years since I replaced the starter in this with one of the, probably the cheapest one I found on Amazon type things. And I believe it has already failed. I'm not positive. For some reason, the battery keeps being drawn dead. The battery says it's good according to all my tests, and the alternator seems to be good according to tests. So that, at one point when we were testing this, the starter started winding out, and even when we shut off the key, it kept going for a little while, and then I had to start it and turn it off before it kind of quit. So I'm thinking somehow the starter is shorting out, causing the battery to kind of die on it, as well as I think it's just running when it shouldn't be, even when it's driving down the road. And now it was, when you charged up the battery, you could actually get it to start, and now it's not starting at all. So I believe there's a problem with the starter. I'm not absolutely positive on that. I already have a video of taking a starter out, putting the starter in, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But I am going to try and diagnose what this problem is. Figured I'd bring you along for the ride, and you'll find out when I do what the problem was and why it's doing what it's doing. Once again, now that I have it in the garage and I can comfortably work on it, I threw the battery pack on this thing. The last time it did this, the battery pack allowed it to start. This time it's not working. So I know that the problem's either gotten worse or something's just not connecting between here and the starter. So we're gonna go on from there. Then the next thing I did was take an old screwdriver and try and jump it between the terminals in the car there, see if anything would kick over. Nothing kicked over, so that definitely makes me believe that we have a problem with the actual starter. Well, YouTube, I went in and actually kind of watched my videos, and actually I did an update video when I put this starter in. I'd kind of forgotten about that, and I remember doing a separate thing on this, but I didn't remember exactly what it was, because I had already done the one video for the starter, and when I was working on the lower back, or the back motor mount and stuff, and the transmission stuff. Anyhow, when I was doing that video, it was diagnosing a no start problem with these cars, and the starter I got came with a little wire, if you remember correctly, that I did not use, and I said I would keep it in safe just in case I had a problem. Quite honestly, I was going to try and put that little wire on there before I pulled this out to test it, just to see if maybe there was a short in the middle there, which there very well could be. I haven't decided if I want to just pull the starter out and look at it real quick, and if it tests out, then I can add another wire to it. But I'm going to have to make a homemade version of it. Regardless, could be your problem, could be my problem. We shall see. And I've been playing with this. And I actually, when I touched this right here, it was coming out, but it wasn't spinning. So I don't know if we don't have enough power now, or what, or if it just finally died. But this was kicking in, but it was not spinning, but now it's not doing it. So I think we got another bad starter here, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. So I wasn't grounded good enough, maybe. It started working good. I don't know. Well, after some testing there, as you saw, a little bit of smoke and things, I could make it come out, but I couldn't make the T-spin on it. So something is wrong with this starter. Time to order another new one. And wouldn't you guess, I talked about in that video how we bought the 2-year warranty, and guess what, it's just a little over 2 years. So I will probably be going with a different starter this time. Well, we got the new starter. Hopefully it's going to work. Will it? I have no idea. Yet again, this one is pretty beat up looking box wise. It came inside this box here. So I don't know. Seems like starters, they really don't care about how well they show up. But we got the paperwork showing you a bunch of electronic doodads and thingamajigs. If it's telling the truth, and if it's not, I wouldn't know the difference anyway. Inside of here, there's a piece of paper over that, the starter, and then bubble wrap, so they sort of kind of tried a little harder maybe inside that box. But these are fairly heavy, and I know from experience and stuff that a lot of the people loading those trucks that send stuff to you don't give a rip about your product. So anyway, we are going to try and put this together and see what we need. I don't see that little spare wire that the other one came with. Alright, and this is the old one, this is the new one. You know, all in all, except for a little bit of difference in color, they look pretty close. Beefiness wise, honestly, I guess this one does. I don't know if it looks beefier, it looks a little bit better. Honestly, this looks a little cheaper, which I paid. It was the cheapest one I could find, and this one here actually went up in price by quite a bit, surprisingly, the exact same one, because yet again, I bought this 2 years ago and it's just out of warranty, so I was able to kind of look it up and see who sold this one to me. And unfortunately, it just got out of warranty, but also it was more expensive, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to pay more for something that might just barely make it through the warranty. I think this one, we got some sort of warranty. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 years on this one, but we do have a warranty on this one, so hopefully we don't have to use that, or hopefully it won't go away before I do, like this one did. But all in all, everything's pretty similar. This does look a little bit cheaper made, I would say. And I don't know what the company is. Looks like J&N Starter, made in China. So there you go. You can choose which one you want to buy if you need one. Well, I'm kind of double checking everything, making sure there's nothing in the way of anything. And I know I don't have any of this stuff on, but if the starter is not the problem, or if there's a deeper problem, I don't want to have to remove all this stuff. So right now, before when I tried to start this, nothing happened. I'm not sure if there's enough battery to start it, but there's definitely enough battery to have like the lights come on and all that kind of stuff, which it was doing before. So I do believe it was the starter, but we'll find out. I'm just going to bump it over. If it starts, I'll shut it right off. I'm not going to run it this way, but it could also be that wire is not going to the starter correctly, so we'll see. There you go. It appears it was the starter. It definitely kicked over and wanted to start, but I shut it off because I don't want it to. So sometimes them's is the brakes, so to speak. I just right out of the 2-year warranty on that other one, but you never know. It could just be a luck of the draw. Usually I get pretty lucky when it comes to the luck of the draw on things, so once in a while you can't always hit the jackpot. But I think I got this fixed. It's just more of an update for my 01 Ford Escape more than anything. Problems that may arise where you're the same as me, where I'm like, I did the starter not that long ago, it shouldn't be the problem, but I don't want to chase my tail when I'm pretty sure it is. So I've been told that I am a parts replacer, not a diagnoser, and I would agree with that. I tend to chase parts, but honestly I have been doing this long enough, I can usually figure out what the part is within a couple tries. And to diagnose things, you have to have, nowadays with even this car where it's getting to be an older car, you have to have really expensive computers. And I can figure it out for less money, even if I buy a couple extra parts, than what it's going to cost me, even in the long run, for that computer. Because usually I'm right. Not saying I'm always right, I'm just saying usually when it comes to this kind of stuff, I can kind of figure it out by what's going on. So yes, maybe I'm a parts replacer, but there you go. So be it. This is Sam, Jack of all, and obviously Master of none. You all have a good one.